Okay, Ruth, can you tell me a little bit about your organization and why you joined the Moms Caravan?
Absolutely. I'm with the Remembrance Project. It's an organization that has been shining a light on what has been taking place in the United States of America. The crimes, the horrific crimes being committed from coast to coast at the hands of illegal aliens. And I am a senior chaplain for the organization. I deal directly with the families and just the plight that they have trying to deal with the loss of their loved ones. I would like to also say that I am also an angel wife. My husband was a police officer in the city of El Monte, the state of California, and he answered a call. It was a very simple routine call, someone trying to cash a check on a closed account. And my husband went in, and the individual that was there had committed the crime a week before. He should have been tagged for our deportation hearings, but he was allowed, he was released back out on the streets, and he shot my husband. My husband was a healthy man going in that bank, but when he left, he was a quadriplegic. He shot him in the neck. My husband's vocal cord was severed. He was paralyzed from the chest down. And when he hit the ground, all he wanted to do was tell the officer responding to tell his wife and his child how much he loved us. My husband survived that shooting, but for the next 12 years, I watched this man suffer like I can't even begin to describe. The nerves were seared where the bullet entered. His pain was that of skin being on fire. He had spasms that would throw him out of his wheelchair. And I watched him. He was a modern day Joe, but he never gave up hope. And this man chose to return in a wheelchair to the department and continue to serve as a police officer. But that's one of the reasons why I chose to be a chaplain, because I understood the pain that these families go through. And this must stop. Crimes against American citizens must stop.
So how does it stop?
By supporting candidates who support this president's agenda to secure the border, by building the wall, by enforcing immigration laws. It's a simple thing. It's a simple task. But unfortunately, we have a party who has continued to try to throw off a president who is determined to secure the borders, to protect American lives. But we, as a nation, must answer the call by doing one simple thing, by exercising our right to vote, and by voting in true conservatives that are willing to secure our borders.
How do you feel about the Caravan coming?
I believe in my heart of hearts that there's some extremely bad characters in this caravan. We know for a fact that Honduras has detained at least 100 individuals with ties to ISIS. We have seen the crime in these third world countries, and they are importing that crime into American soil. These individuals have committed horrendous crimes against American citizens. We have one child, Christy Sue Pena, a 14-year-old little girl who was just walking home from school, who was abducted by one of these individuals who had crossed the border illegally. She was raped. She was sodomized. When he was done with her, he threw her in a artichoke patch, but he wasn't finished. He took a bat and he bashed her teeth in. This is the kind of individuals that are coming over. We know that. Intel, we have been told, we've seen the crime. We've witnessed the caravan, the videos of these individuals throwing rocks, building bombs out of plastic bottles, gasoline, and PVC pipe. They're not here to endear themselves or to assimilate to American citizens. They're here to invade.
So what do you say when people say you must just be anti-immigrant?
My grandparents came to this country as immigrants legally. I love this country. We're a country who embraces immigrants who come here through the front door. People have the opportunity to come to this great land, but do so legally. We have to know who's coming in to our borders. Just imagine allowing our borders to be opened up to these individuals, to cartel, to these murderers, to these sex trade traffickers. Every mother, every child could become a victim. I wanted children. I wanted a family. I wanted grandchildren. But when this individual shot my husband's life, he's no longer among the living. That ended that dream that I had. I don't want that. I don't want that for anyone else. That future, that heartache, the tears that flow. We cannot allow this. We must do everything possible as American citizens to embrace those who come in legally, but to stop those who are invading our nation.
So, what is the one thing that you would like to tell about this issue?
It is so difficult to take in more families with this Remembrance Project, with an organization that is shining a light on what's taking place. Every time I have to call another family who has lost a child, who has lost a spouse because an illegal alien got behind the wheel of a vehicle under the influence, and now they'll never embrace that spouse. They'll never hug that child again. What can we do to stop this? There's so much, but we have to activate American citizens. We have to do everything in our power. And what I would say is wake up. Wake up, because this could be your story. This could be your husband. This could be your child. We have to stop this.